Name is In Between Logic, and what we're going to be discussing today is 5 systems that black people should avoid. Well, the first thing and number one thing that I feel that black people should avoid is the justice system. Now, the disparity in the justice system has been apparent for years. A majority of the rest of those of white Americans, but a majority of the convictions have been those of black Americans. Also, when it comes to bail is set higher for a black American than it is a white American for the same charges. And also, when it comes to sentencing, if convicted for the same crime and same charges, on average, the black American serves 366 days, basically a year and a day longer than the white counterpart. And not to even get too deep into the residual effects of having a record and how many ways it will hurt you on getting a job, owning a legal firearm to protect your family, and also, depending on the offense, you might even lose your driver's license, and the list goes on and on. So please, try your best just to do it by the books and avoid situations where you have to fight for your freedom in court. The second thing that I recommend black Americans avoid is welfare. Now, if you're on welfare, I'm not telling you just to get off, and I understand that I don't know everybody's situation. But what I do know is that when you're on welfare, it tends to create cycles of poverty. And you don't want to do that to your child or your future generation. When it comes to most people on welfare, they do qualify for other programs that can help uptrain them and help increase their earning potential. I recommend that you take advantage of those programs. Just don't pick anything stupid, because most people who do that, they tend to do something, you know what? I want to be a certified doorknob looker because that's what's been my dream forever. No, don't do that. Something that's going to help increase your earning potential. You know, even if it's something as small as starting off as a CNA, then getting your LPN, then becoming an RN, and so forth. Computer certifications, they're really simple. A+ certification by Computer is one of the easiest things to get. Also, and it has a great salary attached to it. That's one thing that you could do, and then you can save up your money and do something that you want. And then this also shows your kids that, you know what, if they work for something, they can get somewhere. The third thing that I believe that black Americans should avoid is the public school system. The public school system has never been, and as I'm recording this, I don't see in the foreseeable future to be good, especially in predominantly black communities. Now, I understand that you have to send your child to school, and that if you're a single parent, then you kind of have to use public school systems sometimes. But that's not your only choice of free schooling. You do have charter schools, you have magnet schools, you could homeschool your child as well, and if you can't afford it, send your kid to either private or Catholic schools. Most public schools in predominantly black areas are usually underfunded. Usually what they do, they tend to spend the money on the teacher and not the kids. So that's why in predominantly black areas, teachers get something, loan forgiveness for being there longer, and the pay rate is usually a little bit higher than in white areas. And if you do send your child to a public school, please make sure that you're active in your child's education, and it's just not the school teaching them. Make sure that you're trying to teach your kids advanced techniques. Make sure that they're doing extra outside of school as well. And try to help them to become a leader and not just a follower. Also, I recommend that you instill strong reading habits within your child and let them know that the real money and real success is taught in books. Not books that they're taught in school, but books that they get out and read on their own. Now, number four. Number four is the biggest one, because honestly and truly, this one, they both use you for your vote, and that's it. And that's politics. Now, when it comes to politics, I'm not saying don't vote. Please vote. What I'm saying is don't get caught up in this my party is better than your party nonsense. Man. Both parties, they really do just want your vote, and they're going to promise you they're going to do something different for the black community and the other party and blah, 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 ray. But when it comes to around election time, that's what they say. But when it comes down to it, they really don't care once the election's over. All politicians really are people looking for a job. Some of them are out there trying to make a difference, but most of them are just looking for a little bit more power. Instead of voting for party, what I say is listen to their policy and see if their policies help you get ahead as a person, and make sure you know what their policies are so you don't lag behind just in case something does change. Because you need to be able to use the system to your benefit. Now, the last one is not really a system, but it's something that I think that black people should be aware of. And if you've been listening to me so far, and you agree with me so far, you're most likely going to disagree with me on this one. Just because you're like, wow, do I really have to give that up? But the last one, and number 5, is soul food. This one, most black people will probably shut off my video at this point. Like, dude. But listen, I'm not saying to cut it out altogether. What I'm saying is that you should minimize it. All right. Diabetes is rampant in the black communities because of the type of foods that we're eating. Soul food, to put it as simple as I can, is just not as healthy as you think it is. What I recommend that you do, just keep it to Sunday dinners, and throughout the rest of the week, just eat healthy. And this is the end of my video. I thank you if you've made it this far. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is In Between Logic. Have a good day.